In this video, we'll tell you about some features of the Only by Chance tournament. At the beginning of each battle, neutral objects appear. Capture and hold them to get reinforcements. The type of reinforcements you're going to get depends on the object you capture. Look at the nearby building to figure out the type of reinforcements you'll be getting for controlling an object. For example, if it's barracks, then the object produces infantry units. If it's a warehouse, you'll obtain resource containers. Also, icons over the flag indicate the reinforcement's type. Moreover, they're quite helpful to inform you that this building, for instance, increases resources income, and that building grants visual range on the map. An arrow on the icon's flag means that the building will call allied squads and immediately send them all out to battle. Be reminded that you won't be able to control the squads, since the bot does this for you. If you control some objects for a long time, you could get more advanced reinforcements. For example, at first, controlling the assault vehicle factory allows you to get only the first and the second tier armored vehicles. But holding the object for a longer time, you'll start getting the third tier armored vehicles. If you lose an object, all your progress will be reset. It means if you recapture an object, you'll get weaker units of the first and the second tier again. In each battle, various objects will appear on particular spots. The further an object from players' bases, the more important it is. Near your base and your enemy base, one of these three objects can appear. Barracks, small warehouse, tactical point. Try to capture the mentioned objects promptly to start getting reinforcements from the very first minutes of the battle. For example, the capture of the small warehouse will activate the production of resource containers, and they'll appear near the object. Collect containers, obtain resources, and invest them in order to develop your base. A strong army will be helpful when it comes to fighting for the rest of the objects. The following objects can appear at mid-distance from a base: small warehouse, large warehouse, reconnaissance center, headquarters. These objects are considered to be of greater importance, so you'll be better rewarded for controlling them. For example, the reconnaissance center reveals the fog of war from time to time. Also, if you hold the object for a long time, the visual range gets increased. The most distant objects from the base are small and large communication stations, assault vehicle factory or special vehicle factory, avia factory. These objects help get the most valuable and advanced reinforcements that can influence the outcome of the battle. For instance, avia factory calls allied aviation. Initially, you'll just get helicopters, but later on, after having controlled the object for a significant amount of time, you'll get fighters. Such reinforcements make it much easier for a player to capture and control the rest of the points. Moreover, an enemy will have to pay for anti-aircraft systems. It's not so easy to capture these objects, as they're equally distanced from both you and your opponent's base. Regular units are more likely to get stuck and fail to capture an object, but powerful heroes in aviation ideally perform such demanding tasks. Let's say maneuverable Seraphim, for example. In Avia mode, it'll rapidly get to the map center and capture an object after switching to ground mode. And the Punishment Salvo missile system with mighty energy autocannons will annihilate enemy units. Now let's take a closer look at the objects you can capture on the map. The barracks train infantry units and allow a player to control them. If you hold the barracks for a long time, you'll get the second and third tier infantry units. At the beginning of the battle, capture objects as soon as you can. Doing so will help you get additional infantry units that'll be fighting to capture other objects later on. The tactical point grants visual range, increases resources income, and gives an attack bonus to units within the action radius. To increase the attack bonus within the action radius, improve the flag attack bonus commander skill. The Assault Vehicle Factory and the Special Vehicle Factory produce assault or special armored vehicles and allow a player to control them. If you capture a factory for a long time, you'll get the second and the third tier armored vehicles. Energy shields and chameleons will enter battle if you capture the Special Vehicle Factory. In this case, you won't need to spend resources to build and upgrade your own factory. The resources you saved can be spent to produce more assault armored vehicles, aviation, and heroes. The Reconnaissance Center periodically grants visual range within a large area. With each activation of the object, the visual range gets enlarged. If you hold the object for a long time, the visual range will be gradually increased, and you'll be able to see an enemy base and track their actions. The small and large warehouses produce resource containers. The name speaks for itself, so the large warehouse offers more resources than the small one. If you constantly control an object, you'll get more resources in containers. Moreover, you can increase the amount of resources if you improve the resource container's commander skill. The headquarters allows you to get extra command points in excess of the limit. If you haven't reached the limit yet, don't capture an object right away. It might be more advantageous to capture other objects as they immediately affect the battle situation. The Avia factory requests allied air support under the bot's control. At first, you'll get helicopters, and after a long hold to the flag, the reinforcements will get stronger, and you'll enjoy several fighters. The small and large communication stations call allied support, periodically requesting light and heavy assault squads. If you control the communication station longer, the squad will be stronger. The large communication station gives more powerful units in a squad than the small one. The large communication station is the most valuable object on the map. Control it as much time as you can to get strong allied squads of the third-tier armored vehicles. Over time, the allied squads will deal significant damage to an enemy, and you'll be able to penetrate their weakened defenses. Here are just a couple of tactical tricks worth mentioning. Which ones do you use? Write them all in the comments. Good luck in battles, Commanders.